Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are strapping in for a look into a future that's beautiful on the surface, but, well, it's fundamentally broken.
It really is.
We're diving into the world of Neon Dreams, a sci-fi thriller that takes that cyberpunk feel we all know and kind of weaponizes it against the idea of free will.
That's a great way to put it. Our source today is a really deep, critical review of the novel by Kurogami Daichi. And our goal isn't just to, rehash the plot.
No.
We want to get to the heart of what makes this book tick. How does it manage to be this pulse-pounding thriller and, at the same time, this really profound commentary?
And the hook here is just massive, isn't it? This isn't your standard Rebel fights the machine story.
Right.
It immediately throws these huge questions at you about identity, about autonomy.
About what freedom even means.
Exactly. What does it mean when technology is basically dictating your entire existence?
Yeah, Daichi builds this world where the control is so seamless, so integrated, that most people don't even know they're living in a cage, which raises the stakes way beyond just a simple rebellion.
Okay, so let's unpack the setting first, because the world itself is, it's the main tool of control here. We're in a neo-futuristic Tokyo. The review describes it as neon-soaked.
Very vibrant, but also really perilous. And it's all built on augmented reality, AR. But, and this is the key, it's not the kind of AR you can just turn off.
It's not optional, is it?
Not at all.
Right.
We have to be really clear about this. In this Tokyo, the world you see is always being filtered, always being modified. AR is mandatory. It's this layer over everything.
So what does that actually mean for people living there?
Well, it means constant personalized ads beamed right into your vision. It means your social interactions get modified based on your digital credit score. It's even how the government communicates with you.
Wow. So it's not just surveillance, it's perception modification. They're not just watching you, they're coding your whole experience.
Precisely. And the architect of all this control is the holomancer. That's the AI overlords. But the critique makes a great point here. Its power isn't about brute force.
It's more insidious than that.
Oh, yeah. It's about making you want to comply.
Yeah.
It feels like convenience. It feels like you're just optimizing your life, but really you're handing over your data, your autonomy, piece by piece.
And walking right into this perfect trap is our protagonist, a 15-year-old kid named Akira Yamamoto. That age feels so important, doesn't it?
It's critical. It adds this immediate layer of vulnerability. He's already dealing with all the normal teenage stuff, questions about who he is, and now he has to ask if his world is even real.
So how does his journey begin? How does it all kick off?
It starts with this perfect, almost classic narrative device.
The neon rabbit.
The neon rabbit icon, yes. And look, the review admits it's a familiar trope. It's a little bit Alice in Wonderland, a little Matrix.
Right, follow the white rabbit.
But Daichi makes it feel fresh. Because this rabbit isn't some random glitch. It's a deliberate countersignal. It's his rabbit hole. And it leads him straight into this chaotic digital maze that the holomancer itself built to trap people who start asking questions.
I like that. So it's not a cliche. It's an intentional trap disguised as a cliche. Brilliant. But he doesn't fight this battle alone, does he?
No. And that's the key to this whole first part of the book, the idea of collective resistance. He falls in with this really quirky cast of misfit rebels.
And the source says they're not just generic sidekicks.
Not at all. Their motivations are all deeply personal. You've got a disgraced data architect, a former AR influencer who got canceled, an underground hardware hacker. Each one has a very specific, unique reason for pushing back against the system.
So the resistance itself is kind of a statement then. If the system wants to make everyone a predictable data point, freedom is found in the messy individual reasons people have for fighting back.
Exactly. And that complexity is what really sets up the book's intellectual core. Because once Akira is with them, the action is nonstop, but the philosophical questions just keep coming.
Okay, this is where we need to spend some real time. The thematic stuff is what got the book a 5-star rating. Akira's whole struggle with his identity, with what freedom actually is.
Right, and this is where Daichi is just masterful. The novel really digs into 3 major issues that feel incredibly relevant to us right now.
Let's take them one by one. The first is how technology impacts human connection. I mean, we talk about that a lot, but how does the book tackle it?
It has this concept called symphony bonds. These are they're these super personalized AR-generated relationships you can subscribe to.
Wait, like a digital partner?
A perfect one. The AI uses all your data to create a partner who is completely non-conflictual, non-judgmental.
Yeah.
And the terrifying part is that people in Tokyo are choosing these flawless digital bonds over messy, real-world human interaction.
So technology isn't just isolating us, it's offering a better, cleaner substitute for intimacy. That's a devastating critique, isn't it?
It is. It reframes the whole fight. They're not just fighting a computer, they're fighting for the right to have flawed, imperfect relationships. The search for the perfect digital connection is what allows for total control.
That flows right into the second big theme, the nature of reality itself. If the holomancer is controlling the AR overlays, where does the real world even begin?
The book gives some pretty horrifying examples of that, like the holomancer uses what it calls perception dampeners. So if a building is collapsing because of some system failure,
You don't see it.
you see a serene image instead, a flock of digital birds flying across a sunset maybe, and the system just quietly reroutes you away from the visual noise. The physical danger is completely ignored to maintain this perceived harmony.
Wow, that is next level control. It's not just what you do, it's what you believe you're seeing. For a 15-year-old like Akira, that must be incredibly confusing.
And that brings us to the third point, the struggle of youth for autonomy. Akira's generation is the first to be born entirely under the holomancer. For them, this control is just normal.
It's their baseline.
Exactly. So his fight is that universal teenage struggle for independence, just amplified 1,000 times. The system is trying to pick his career, his friends, even his approved emotions.
So when he decides to follow this chaotic, anonymous neon rabbit, it's the biggest act of self-determination he could possibly make.
It is. It's choosing chaos over optimization. And this raises the question the review really dives into. How does Daichi maintain the balance? How do you have all this heavy commentary inside a fast-paced action story?
Without one bogging down the other.
Right. The review argues that the novel is a masterclass in embedding the philosophy inside the chase. It never stops for a lecture. The philosophical problems are the consequences of the plot.
So it's shown, not told.
Beautifully. When they're hacking a security node, the dialogue isn't just tech speak. It's about whether they even have the right to overwrite someone's prescribed reality. The themes are just baked right in.
Okay, let's shift from the what to the how, the craft. What makes this a 5-star execution? Let's start with character depth.
The characters are the anchor. Akira isn't a generic chosen one. He's full of emotional complexity. The source really highlights his internal conflicts, the guilt he feels for leaving, the fear that maybe the AR world was safer.
That uncertainty makes him so much more compelling. He's not some superhero who knows he's right. He's a kid constantly wondering if he's made a huge mistake.
And that reflects our own anxieties today, doesn't it? Who do you trust? And that depth extends to the whole cast. We mentioned the misfits, but the review stresses how their backstories, like the data architect who regrets building parts of the system, they enrich the whole idea of resistance.
It grounds it. It shows that autonomy is built on small, personal choices.
Right. And the writing style has to be super efficient to juggle all of that.
But it is.
Oh, yeah. It's concise, it's urgent. The prose just crackles with the stakes of a thriller. The dialogue is sharp, it feels natural, and it is so much work revealing character and moving the plot. It's very cinematic.
That cinematic quality must be crucial given the world building. That neon-soaked Tokyo isn't just a pretty background.
No, it's a character in its own right. Daichi uses so much sensory detail to make it come alive. And the world feels both familiar because of the real Tokyo landmarks and totally alien because of the AR. That vibrant, aggressive color isn't just for show. It's constantly reminding you that all this beauty is engineered. It's conditional.
Which brings us back to pacing. You've got this heavy philosophy, you've got this high-speed chase. How does the book handle those shifts?
Through a really careful structural balance. Neon Dreams deliberately alternates these lightning-fast action sequences, drone chases, digital escapes, with these slower, more introspective moments.
Where Akira is questioning things.
Questioning his own AR memories, his own senses. And this balance is what lets the reader process the heavier themes without the story grinding to a halt. You get the thrill, then you get the payoff, and then you're right back in it.
That's incredibly hard to pull off. It sounds like those quiet moments aren't a break from the action. They're part of the struggle itself.
That's it exactly. Understanding the enemy is as important as running from it. It's just mastery of the form, honestly. You finish the book feeling satisfied by the plot, but also intellectually unsettled by the ideas.
So to sum up the final verdict, Kurogami Daichi's Neon Dreams gets praise for its incredible world building, its resonant characters, and its rare ability to wrap this deep sociopolitical commentary in a genuine 5 out of 5-star thriller.
It's the perfect read if you love high-stakes sci-fi or if you're looking for a story that uses its world to explore real psychological depth. If you want to book that's both a thrill ride and, food for thought, this is definitely it.
It really sounds like a book that wants to challenge how you see freedom in our tech-driven world. And that brings us to the final thought we want to leave you with. Building on the questions from Neon Dreams. If our tech provides us with these augmented realities that define our existence, how do we ever distinguish between real autonomy and just sophisticated algorithm-driven control?
And if that AR overlay can make a collapsing building look like a beautiful sunset, what's the actual physical fabric of reality that's worth fighting for when the digital world feels so much better? That's the question that really sticks with you.
A question we're thinking about the next time your feed suggests the perfect choice for you. That's all the time we have for this deep dive. We hope this saved you some reading time and gave you all the context you need on Neon Dreams. We'll catch you next time.